You know what Sony had? The Holy Trinity. Leo, Brad, and Margot. Who do you have?
This week, Katie Brady returns to the show as we discuss The Devil Wears Prada, starring Anne Hathaway and Meryl Streep. This is Boy Party. But what you don't know is that sweater is not just blue, it's not turquoise, it's not lapis, it's actually cerulean. And you're also blithely unaware of the fact that in 2002, Oscar de la Renta did a collection of cerulean podcasts. Hello, everybody. Did I pronounce all those words correctly?
I think so.
Fashion expert Katie Brady? Okay, welcome to the show, everybody. It's Boy Party, the podcast about movies where two major stars share the screen and battle it out for first billing, awards, attention, acclaim, and everything else. This week, we are discussing The Devil Wears Prada. My name is Lucian Waddaley. I am joined, as always, by the new recruit at my magazine. He is buying me coffees, but he has intentions of greater things. He's useless at his job, and he dresses really badly. It's Shane Kelly.
Good evening.
And returning to the show this week, joining our prestigious Three Timers Club, it is Katie Brady. Welcome back.
Hello, thank you for having me.
So, Katie Brady, you are a big fan of this film. You have been long preaching to me about its merits. I'd never watched it in full until last week. I don't know how it escaped me. This is not, it's not like this isn't up my street. I love 2000s glossy studio comedies. Like, this is my shit. I love Anne Hathaway. It's weird. I thought I'd seen it, and then when I put it on, I was like, I have seen maybe 5 minutes of this at most. I had no sense of it other than a little bit of the stuff with Tucci and a little bit of the stuff with Simon Baker. But did you see this when it was first released? Did you see this in the cinema?
I saw it in the cinema. I actually went for a friend's birthday. Somebody I don't really see anymore, but like still have great time for.
Yeah.
What is it, 2006, 2007?
06. June 06.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, yes. So it would have been out then February, if I'm correct.
No.
No?
No, this is a summer release. Interesting.
Okay.
So why are we mixed up on that?
It wasn't that person's birthday.
Yeah, this film is released on the 30th of June in the US, and I would imagine it was released within a few weeks of that here in Ireland. I'll check that for you. Okay, well, you think you saw it then anyway.
I definitely saw it on someone's birthday excursion into town.
Okay, and what town would that be?
That would be the town of Dundalk.
Big
town.
Big town.
Yes.
All the information I'm getting here is about the stage musical. This is useless.
Okay.
Anyway, and you're saying you've seen it 20 times over the years.
100%. This film is always shown on Film 4, Channel 4, More 4, along with like Titanic and stuff. There's just certain films that are always shown across those channels.
Easy money in the bank to show this. Yeah.
This is one of them. Yeah.
Interesting. All right. So, Shane, you've seen this before.
I watched it for the first time maybe 3 years ago.
Okay.
I was quite high on it the first time I saw it, a little bit cooler this time. The positives the first time were incredibly functional, very charming. Second time around, very functional, slightly less charming.
Yeah.
Less time for the characters and their struggles. Maybe it's considering I have been in full-time employment for the last 3 years since I watched it the first time, and that might have shaped my perspective on different attitudes towards telling your boss no.
Sure. I think I agree with you. And this is something we want to talk about today. This character is framed by her boyfriend, the Anne Hathaway character. We're jumping straight into this. The Anne Hathaway character, Andy, is sort of framed by her boyfriend as being frustratingly consumed by work. And it, to the detriment of their relationship, she prioritizes doing whatever her boss wants, never standing up for herself in the context of like, I need to go home. It's my boyfriend's birthday or whatever. And it seems that the film wants you to think the boyfriend is not taking her career seriously and is being selfish or whatever about the relationship. And I watched this film and I was trying hard to resist the male urge to side with the boyfriend, but I really came down on the side of like, he's completely right. It's so bad that she missed his birthday for a work thing. So what do you think as their token female guest?
Yeah, I mean, having maybe worked places that I have been very unhappy in before, and having pragmatic people in my life say, just quit, and then being 100% right, I can totally see his point of view. I think especially because when Andy starts, you know, she doesn't want it. The whole thing is a million girls would have killed for this job. She's not one of them.
Yeah.
So like, at least if she was, and then he was being dismissive of how hard it was, you'd be a bit like, oh, come on. But she didn't want the job in the first place.
Yeah.
She's like making the little science project when he comes home that night, which is like not part of the job description.
Yeah.
And he's like, quit. And she's like, no, it's not that simple.
I think she gets addicted to the stress and to
Yeah.
the relationship
Yeah.
with Miranda, which is easy to happen.
But I also think as well, like, you know, she does get some pretty cool clothes and accessories in the film. And I do sometimes wonder, is the fella a device to be like, it's stressful, but like, look at the Chanel boots she's wearing and he
Yeah.
doesn't get that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I think
sure.
the weakest part of the argument is when he says, oh, you're just doing this for the accessories. I don't think that's a driving factor for her at all, really. It's a nice perk, but
Yeah. But I wonder, are they trying to make the audience be like, oh, he's so mean, he doesn't understand.
yeah,
like,
because
look at all
that
the
is the
perks.
worst approach for him to come at it from.
Yeah.
Like, I think, as you said, she doesn't go into that job with it being a dream of hers from when she was a child.
Yeah.
So there's obviously a complete
Something has
there's
switched on in
a
her when she
complete
starts.
miscommunication there of what the goal is for her in that job. He doesn't seem to see it.
Yeah.
It's not particularly.
Is there a competitiveness with the Emily Blunt character that's driving her more than trying to necessarily just impress Miranda? Does she see another woman slightly older than her, who's slightly more established than her, and want to prove something to Emily Blunt?
I mean, maybe
think
she's
so.
just like very ambitious. So whatever situation she's put
She'll
in,
adjust to that.
she just wants to, you know,
Yeah.
rise through the ranks.
So I think given a choice, she would have Emily Blunt getting promotions and doing really well if she could. There's no,
She
I
does
don't think
like
there's any.
her.
I don't think there's any resentment.
Well,
for
certainly,
Emily
yeah.
Blunt there.
By the third act of the film, she likes Emily Blunt.
Yeah.
She's horrified that Emily Blunt doesn't get brought on the Paris trip.
Yeah.
So she ends the film single. Doesn't she?
No, not necessarily. They have reconnected, and
Really? Okay.
he is moving for a job, I think.
He's moving to Vegas. Is
Boston.
It? Or Boston?
Yes,
Yeah.
not
okay.
Vegas. And she
Right.
is saying, I don't know, there's something about grilled cheese. Grilled cheese features heavily in
yeah.
the
Yes,
film.
He's a chef.
his
Yes.
point was that they have grilled cheese in Boston too. If
Yeah.
you want to like come and hang out.
Yes, okay. Interesting. So he's not in the sequel. So
No,
Devil Wears
doesn't
Prada
seem to be,
2
no.
is shooting currently, one of the great reasons for us to talk about this
Mm-hmm.
film on the podcast now. It is due for release May 1st, 2026. So we'll be having you back on May 1st, 2026.
I'll put the date in the diary.
It's still going by then. He's not in the cast. We do have Streep,
Mm-hmm.
Hathaway, Blunt, Tucci, and then we have Kenneth Branagh as Miranda's new husband.
Mm.
And then we have multiple candidates for a new love interest for Anne Hathaway.
Well, I don't know if you saw the leaked
Mm-hmm.
clip, all these leaked clips, but there is footage of Anne Hathaway's character dancing on the street
okay.
with a bow.
Well, I don't know who that actor was, but there's two men on this cast list who could very easily be a beau for her, and those men are Justin Theroux and BJ Novak. Surely in 2025, we're not casting BJ Novak as the love interest in a big major film. He must
I
be
mean,
just
there
playing
are people out there who would say the same about Justin Theroux.
Yes, there are. They
Yeah.
are both has-beens, but I would argue that BJ Novak is now the public is not on BJ Novak's side.
No, but he was paired with this
Type of
TikToker.
character.
I
Oh.
don't know if you're familiar
Oh,
with her.
he's-
Delaney, I think
Yes,
is her name.
yes, she's very annoying.
Oh, they're going out.
You know,
Yeah,
and
they're
she's
together,
very sort of like Sex in the City, big
She
girl in the
is.
Big Apple.
True,
So,
true.
you know, maybe he's like trickled back into that sort of space.
Justin Theroux being in films like this is weird. Like I didn't understand why he was in Beetlejuice. It was very weird casting.
Oh, I forgot about that.
But did you see that?
I saw it on the plane.
You saw it on
recently.
a plane recently. We didn't talk about it.
I'm not
Did
sure.
Did you think it was dreadful?
I thought it was very bad.
Very, very bad.
Very, very bad.
Very
and
bad.
I actually, on a serious note, really thought it did Winona Ryder a huge amount of injustice.
Yeah, I agree, yeah.
It makes her seem very silly. Her
Yeah,
whole
scatty,
character from
silly
the
older
first,
woman,
the first film
I
is
thought
just
it was
like
awful.
eradicated.
I think the guy who played Jenna Ortega's love interest was one of the worst performances I've ever seen in a
Yeah.
film. I really hated him so much.
Yeah.
Justin Theroux is like just kind of non-entity in it. Like he doesn't really do
Poorly
much.
written.
Yeah, just nothing.
Yeah.
Those are both weird guys to have in The Devil Wears Prada 2. Surely any man in his 40s is like lining up to play Anne Hathaway's boyfriend in The Devil Wears
See,
Prada 2.
I in my head, Theroux was like another generation up from Hathaway. Maybe that's just because I'm used to
Because
seeing
he was
him.
married to Aniston.
Yeah.
And Aniston is a generation up from
Yeah,
Anne
that's-
Hathaway.
that's-
There is a
that's-
10-year difference there. I wouldn't be shocked if Justin Theroux plays like Mr. Handsome rich guy who owns a fashion label.
Sure.
That's flirting with her. Or the equivalent.
Yeah,
to the
give
character
him
that-
back his Mulholland Drive glasses. Like him.
Exactly. Whereas BJ Novak should be playing like a slimy, terrible character. He's good when he's slimy in the news.
little office goon.
Yeah, I
like-
don't like him when he plays like handsome boyfriend man.
Well, it might be the same as the first one where she has like a, long-term sweetheart
Yes.
who's, portrayed in one way, and then the You know, the
doesn't-
glossy new man comes in
Perhaps.
and she's her
I'm
head's
sure
turned.
she's learned her lesson. Actually.
Yeah, well, you know.
So is this film going to be based on the sequel to the book?
No, I don't.
you read the books?
Yes,
No.
I've read the first book,
Okay.
and I actually think I read somewhere recently
Yes.
that no, it's not going to
Okay.
be linked.
Because what Trainspotting did was they kind of just pulled elements from the second book and then they came up with a new thing around it. Like,
the film deviates a good bit from the first book. Do you know what I
Okay,
mean?
yeah.
I think it's like it has maybe the original premise of, you know,
woman goes to work for the editor of a magazine
yes,
and she's a nightmare.
you know, I mean, I suppose one of the big differences I remember when I was reading it is that like she's a full-on chain smoker and there's like no smoking in the
Who? Andy or Miranda?
Andy,
Mirandi.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, Mirandi.
Yeah, they had to. You can't smoke in films because of woke anymore.
Yeah,
unless you're
exactly,
French.
exactly.
Well, the second book is set a decade after the first book, and obviously the second movie is going to be 21 years later, which is kind of crazy. Like, it's kind
a
of
very frightening thought.
It's weird to have a 21-year gap between movies, and yet the generations of the two women, I feel like,
Are not that
different. As in, it doesn't feel like Meryl Streep is now an old age pensioner
Yeah,
and Anne
yeah,
Hathaway is old. Like,
Yeah, no.
it still feels like Anne Hathaway. Now, Anne Hathaway is obviously quite. Like, I think we all feel her as a 40-year-old woman now rather than as a 20-whatever-year-old. But, like, Meryl Streep is basically not aged in the public consciousness at
no,
all.
it's
She's
very
still
true.
playing the same age she was
Yeah,
playing
yeah,
in the 2000s, I feel like. Except in cases like Little Women where they make her 80 for some reason. But, like, so 20-year difference, you're obviously dealing with the issue now that the magazine industry is basically dead. So
Well,
I would assume...
please don't say that to me, Lucian.
Yeah, so
Thank
two-part
you.
question for you. Number one, if you want to say comment on your own experience of working in the fashion magazine world and how this film relates to it. Second part of the question is the second movie just going to be annoying bullshit about the internet and be like, Andy runs a blog now and Miranda's magazine is out of business, and how will that distinguish this film from The Intern, a film in which Anne Hathaway plays the editor of a fashion website?
Yeah.
Because I threw a lot at you there.
Yeah, I was going to say there was a lot. Well, first of
Start
all,
with your own life.
Yeah, well, I mean, I work in this industry. I'm having a wonderful time at it.
Good.
But certainly people's relationships with print media have changed. That's not a hot take. We
No.
all know that. So
I love print media.
yes,
I think it's
we
great.
all do around this table,
Yeah.
if I'm correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that these brands have had to like grow and evolve
Yeah.
with that. But like obviously, like Runway is based on Vogue. You
Yes.
know, and I can't speak to Vogue because it's, you know,
It's
an entity in its
another
own.
scale, yeah,
Do you know
yeah.
what I mean? And I'm not necessarily sure if Vogue is now. Obviously, things have changed there.
Yeah.
Anna Wintour is stepped down. All of that.
For just recently, yeah,
Yes.
which is funny timing considering this is being made. Yeah.
So I don't know what that means for them, but I think that Vogue as a magazine on newsstands is still like, you know.
Has a lot of weight.
I totally think
look
so.
at the cover of Vogue every. Oh, you're saying you don't think it
No,
does?
sorry.
Yeah.
I totally think so.
Yeah,
I
it's
agree
weird.
with
I
you.
look
yeah.
at the cover of Vogue every month when I'm in the shops, but I guess that's because 90% of the time it's an actor. And I'm interested in the machinations of actors promoting their new films.
Yeah.
So my interest in fashion magazines mostly comes from that angle. I don't know. Does a person with no interest in fashion and no interest in film stars look at a magazine cover and their eyes gloss over completely now? I don't know.
Perhaps, but I just think Vogue is so ingrained in everyone's public
Vogue is one of the top
consciousness,
3
you know?
brands. Yeah.
Yeah.
The only magazines that are going to survive at the end of the day are going to be Time, Vogue, and
National Geographic.
Be careful with your words, Lucy.
Wait, I'm getting there. National Geographic, The Phoenix. What are some other magazines?
Ireland's Own.
Ireland's Own. Well,
Yeah.
Ireland's Own
Yeah.
is a cockroach in a nuclear war of a magazine. They will be putting Henry Fonda on the cover. 20 facts about Henry Fonda, America's finest star in 2060. Love Ireland's Own.
The Beanos and
The Beano
Oh, yeah.
will survive.
things for kids.
Shane. Sorry to break it to you. Match
Magazine's
magazine's been gone.
Is there no replacement?
There's
Is there no
something.
equivalent?
There's some. No, there's a lot of wrestling magazines now. It's a lot of kids like wrestling magazines.
Do you think?
I don't know
What
how wrestling
kids are
hasn't
you
died
talking
yet.
to?
Yeah, let's do 2 minutes on magazines. Okay, I love magazines. I've been buying magazines my whole life. I have so many magazines in my parents' house still, like hoarded. It's
Yeah,
awful.
yeah,
What magazines were you into at various points in your life?
Oh, I mean, I have so many answers to this. So I was a Kiss magazine reader through and through.
I kind of wish I'd been more gay or a woman to buy Kiss magazine because it seems like a fun thing. to
Yeah,
have been
no,
into.
it was brilliant. Myself and Anna, we used to get them, and like we had such fun
Anna
with them.
Wintour.
Anna Wintour, yes. Yeah, no, we'd get them like religiously. We would do all the quizzes, enter all the competitions, cut out the posters. I enjoyed it so much. And then as I maybe got a little bit more sophisticated, you know, in quotation marks, I read Teen Vogue and 17. And then, of course, I read Image Magazine, which I'm still an avid reader of today. So my magazines have always been of that ilk. Maybe when I was younger then, and the magazines came with things, which was a great time.
Plastic from China.
Yes, unreal.
Little toys that would break.
I used to collect the Horrible Histories magazines.
Interesting. Never
At
got
one
those.
stage there was Barbie, and every issue came with an outfit from a different part of the world that you could put on your Barbie.
Cultural appropriation.
Well, let's not go into that.
Okay.
And I'm sure there was
Sure.
others scattered
What
in there.
magazines do you get into, Shane?
I still have a very large box of Match magazines at home. They're in a big wooden chest, not that big,
Good.
but like a foot by a foot.
Mold proof.
That originally held, I believe, 6 bottles of wine.
Oh, brilliant.
So
okay.
it's got like nice creaky.
What years were you buying
hinges
Match
on it.
magazine? I bought Match magazine
think
from
maybe
06
kinda-
to 07.
I
I
can't
was
imagine you
kind
reading
of
much.
07.
I was really into football for
I
a
was
while.
probably 07 to 09.
Okay,
07.
interesting.
Touch after you. So I still, and I
Yeah.
all this box is entirely covered in stickers now.
Yes,
Oh,
as of
class.
course, as it should be.
Yeah, as it should be. Then I had a bizarre phase, kind of after Match magazine.
Because they
where
Top Gear.
Yeah.
No, really?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Cancelled.
Yeah.
Shane is far right now.
And
I'm
next
far
week's
right.
guest is Jeremy Clarkson.
Jeremy Clarkson.
Yes.
Jeremy Clarkson will be on talking about Triumph of the Will.
Yes. They had minimal input into the magazine, I'd imagine.
I'm sure. It was just about cars.
Of course.
They had a one-page little piece where they wrote about
Little column.
their dad or something.
Right.
Classic.
Yeah.
I bought so many magazines. It's too many to count. Like, at no point in my life was I not collecting magazines up until the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Truly, it's insane. Some of the magazines I collected over the years, the Beano, Match magazine. They did a tie-in magazine with the Robin Hood BBC series.
Oh, best series ever.
Then there's a whole separate world of Partworks, which is a monthly thing with an item with a magazine attached to it, where like first issue 99p, and then the price goes up. So there was a Roald Dahl collection.
Yes.
There was classic musicals.
Of
There was a
course.
Harry Potter chess collection, Lord of the Rings chess collection.
But I think they always did that. It was that the first magazine
Yes, it was
would
cheap,
be...
and then they'd get you hooked because you had to
Yes.
collect a collection.
Yeah.
They're not quite a magazine. They're called a Partwork. It's a separate medium.
okay, I'd never heard that before. That's
Then there's also sticker collections and stuff. So I did the Lord of the Rings chess collection for years. So
Oh,
I have
yes,
I have
I
about
remember
100
that.
Lord of the Rings lead chess pieces in my parents' house that are probably worth something. They're in a box. Then I bought a lot of like Disney and Me was for the young kids, and then there was another Disney one that was aimed more at preteens.
I picked up a few Simpsons magazines along the way.
Simpsons comics.
Simpsons
Oh,
comics.
Absolutely.
Oh, well, yes. Now, were comics
there was
separate, though?
Yes, there was Best of Simpsons. There was Simpsons comics. There was comics are separate. There was SpongeBob comics. There was Wallace and Gromit comic. There was I guess, and then I got into music magazines for about 4 years. So I bought NME every week, and I bought Q every month until my mother found an issue that had a picture of a woman's breasts in it and wouldn't let me buy it anymore, which was fair. I was like 11. And then I literally one day when I was 14 decided I wasn't into music and I was into film. And I stopped buying music magazines. I started buying film magazines. Then I collected Empire for about 4 years. And then I stopped. And then I bought Little White Lies for a long time. And then the price got jacked up after Brexit to like €15 an issue. And then I stopped buying it. And I haven't bought it.
€15.
Yeah, it was now Little White Lies costs about €15 an issue.
Jesus.
So now I'll buy it like once or twice a year.
Is that still monthly?
It's 4 times a year.
4 times a year.
I'll buy it if it's something I'm interested in,
Yeah.
but that's like buying a book. That's a book
Yeah,
level
I get
investment.
you. I
Like,
get
so
you.
now magazines are just too expensive. There's no magazine now I would want to buy that costs less than €10, which is just like that's a book price or a cinema ticket. Like that's. But I do
Well,
love
fashion
magazines.
magazines would still be
They're
coming in
cheaper.
under €10. Yeah.
Film and music magazines. Sorry, there's no music magazines left in print except for Old Men. So Q and NME are now
Does
out
Hot
of
Press
print.
not print anymore?
I guess Hot Press does, but I count that as Old Men. The British ones are out of print. Rolling Stone
Are
does.
most
Uncut
existing
does.
magazines monthly at this stage? Or are there any kind of weekly, high profile?
Well,
Entertainment Weekly went out of business. People is still going weekly. The RTE Guide still goes weekly.
of course.
Ireland's
Sorry,
Own.
the RTE Guide.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
that was a magazine
and then
that I always bought.
RSVP and VIP, their month.
Are all of
anyway.
these wax paper magazines now, or some of these?
Well, Ireland's
kind of-
Own is newspaper paper,
Yeah,
very
yeah,
cheap
yeah.
paper.
Marvelous paper.
RTE Guide is wax cover. Yeah, RTE Guide, all the pages are shiny. That's enough about magazines. Back to the film. So Meryl Streep was nominated for Best Actress for this film, lead actress. I would personally not consider her the lead of this film, but that's part of our podcast
Yes,
premise.
exactly.
So Meryl Streep, first billed, bigger star. She's at the time of this film, 2-time Oscar winner. Anne Hathaway is still 3 years into her career, very early, really,
Yeah.
in the grand scheme of things. So Meryl Streep, first billed, gets nominated for lead actress. Now, my question is, was Anne Hathaway even submitted as a lead for this, or was she submitted as a supporting actress for this? I don't know. Would you
know better?
Would you consider Meryl Streep to be the lead or a lead of this at all, or is she a supporting character in your opinion, Katie?
This is a funny one because I do think it is Anne Hathaway's movie.
Yeah, I agree.
But Meryl Streep is like the sort of like overshadowing star. Does
Yeah,
that
yeah,
make
yeah.
sense?
But like, if you're nominating Anne Hathaway as a supporting actress, you'd have to nominate like Emily Blunt is the supporting
Yeah.
actress of
Yeah.
this film.
Yeah.
So yes, it is a perfect perhaps boy party movie
Yeah,
where
totally.
there are two lead women. I'm trying to find here any cases of Anne Hathaway getting nominations for this. The two women got a Teen Choice Award nomination for Best Chemistry.
Amazing.
Meryl was nominated for Best Villain,
Yes.
and Emily Blunt was nominated for Breakout Star.
Yeah.
Screen Actors Guild nominated Meryl, but not Anne. And then the Golden Globes nominated Dublin Film Critics Circle nominated Meryl for supporting actress. Very
Okay.
good. And then the Golden Globes nominated Meryl for lead, and they nominated Emily Blunt for supporting. And they didn't nominate Anne Hathaway at all. So what happened here was that Meryl cannibalized Anne in the
Yeah,
lead category, obviously, and they didn't have room for both.
Yeah.
That's so unfair.
I know.
Anne Hathaway is the absolute fucking sparkling thing that works at the center of this
Totally,
film.
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
now you could say, would it work at all if there was a less accomplished actress playing Miranda? Maybe it wouldn't.
No.
I think you need them both for it to work. But like, if you keep Anne Hathaway and you swap out Meryl Streep for like, I don't know, Glenn Close or Annette Bening, the movie probably still works pretty well.
Yeah, Glenn Close actually a really
Right?
good
Like,
suggestion.
is the film more reliant on knowing the character of Meryl Streep or knowing the image of Anna Wintour that it's based on?
It's a good question.
Very good
What
question.
kind of drives the character there? Who's the
But
underlying personality?
I
like?
think you can watch the film, still think it good, still think Miranda's a good villain, even if you've never heard of Anna Wintour.
Yes, you can.
I think if you know her, then you're like, this is a bit clever.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It's like,
But is the Anna Wintour type not a kind of a subconsciously known?
yes, I would say.
Type.
Well, look, a good comparison in a male equivalent would be a Harvey Weinstein type in a movie, like having a film producer who's
Just to note, far more evil we might
yes.
just add here.
No, sure,
Yeah,
but
thank you.
I mean a notorious
Yeah,
type
yeah,
of
yeah.
powerful
It's
person.
the median
Right?
average,
Yeah.
the median famous man.
Like if a
and
movie
median
puts a
famous
film
woman.
producer man and he's modeled off of Harvey Weinstein, the average normie who doesn't know much about culture would go, yeah, I get
Slimy-
this is,
slimy
right?
example.
Whereas Anna Wintour as like this notorious, dominant figure,
Yeah.
even if she's not like
And now,
evil, is.
If I'm correct, the author of the book interned at Vogue, and that's what inspired her.
God, so could she have been sued for this?
I don't know.
Now,
You're kind of admitting guilt there, then a little bit.
yeah,
You're
what
like,
do you think the brand Prada thinks about the Devil Wears Prada? Is it an ad, or is it bad to have your brand name in the same sentence as the word devil? Satan himself, Lucifer, Beelzebub.
I think a lot of brands would probably jump at the opportunity to be listed in this kind of iconic fashion
I'm
film.
always interested in this. And if a brand is in the title of something, but the thing isn't necessarily an all positive, sunny ad. So a new thing coming out is House of Guinness, the show about the Guinness family. That's not really an ad for Guinness because the show is going to be full of like murder and sex and, surely you'd want your
Average night in the pub.
average
drinking a
night in
pint.
the pub.
But again, Guinness is a name of a family, is it not?
Prada's the name of a
As
person.
House of Gucci.
Yeah, House of
House of
Gucci.
Gucci.
See, I mentioned House
is
of
about
Gucci to you.
Yes, and I said that's
you
about
said that
the
doesn't
family,
count.
the Gucci's.
Yeah.
This film isn't about Prada as a history.
No.
It's about a world of fashion.
Sure,
where
but there
Prada
are
is-
scenes in House of Gucci where they go through an arc of how Gucci has gotten tacky and
Yes.
mass
True, yeah,
produced.
true.
Very true.
So it doesn't hold Gucci up as this one for brand the entire time.
I have two things to say to that. So first of all, we've discussed this, how like this is one of, if not my favorite film of all time.
Yes.
Terrible posters, terrible sort of
You
like
think the poster's
Really?
terrible?
yeah, all of that
But it's
branding, right?
iconic.
No, it's definitely iconic, but it's like is that like when you think of Prada now, like I don't see the correlation there, but like as in, sorry, I'm articulating myself
You
incorrectly.
think the film's marketing is tacky and
Yes.
the Prada brand is not tacky,
Yes.
and the film makes Prada. Do Prada do a red high heel like what's on the poster?
No, they do flip flops in that.
And they
containers.
do chunky sandals that are very in at the
Is the
minute.
poster for the second one just going to be the two shoes?
Oh, it probably is. It's going to be something.
But they've already put that out to announce the movie. Surely there's going to be a poster with the faces of the. It's. Sorry.
But
what were you
my
saying?
second point is that a couple of years ago, one of the big fashion houses
Yeah.
did a show, and it was all male models.
Yeah.
And all the male models were, they were all actors that were famous for playing villains. And I wonder, is that
I
Prada?
remember this. Yeah, it was Willem Dafoe and all
Yes.
that. Yeah.
I can't
I don't
remember.
know.
I mean, if
think
it
it will be,
was,
yeah.
then that's a very fun.
Yeah, we're
You
the
know?
we're the fashion brand of villains.
Yeah.
yeah.
Is this the second most famous pair of red shoes in a film?
But the red shoes aren't in the film. But sure,
Oh,
I
I
get what you're
guess
saying.
not.
No, there's the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
and then there is the Powell and Pressburger classic, The Red Shoes.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
of
but I don't
course.
think people know that as well.
Yes, they do. It's Martin Scorsese's favorite film.
Oh, fair play to him. I still don't think people know that
it's
as
very
well.
iconic. Do you think the poster's bad? I mean, let me tell you this. It wasn't a fun one for me to recreate in the boy party style.
No.
I just put a big red microphone on the poster.
I don't think I've seen this yet, but
No,
I'm
you
excited
haven't.
to.
It's not good.
No, well, as in, like I said this to you before, like I have some movie posters in my room.
You'd never want this one.
I never want this one. I
That's fair.
have, for my birthday, I was gifted by my brother the transcript of when Miranda schools Andy on the color blue.
Okay.
And that's a really nice sort of nod to the film that's in my
Sure.
room.
But do you not think the poster is like, okay, you wouldn't want it up in your room, but it's very, very effective branding. This image was everywhere in
Yeah,
2006.
absolutely,
Like,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
I didn't know what Prada was, and I didn't know what The Devil Wears Prada was. And I remember seeing this in that summer and being like, I have processed that this is a big thing that's out right
Yeah,
now.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
like I was like, this is getting in my brain. Like,
Yeah.
like it was really effective branding. So the second one would be probably a miss to completely abandon the red heel imagery. But I would say they could have the women on the poster holding pitchforks.
Oh, buddy.
I'm not vibing with
Thank
it.
God I don't work at what studio is putting this out. Disney Fox.
Disney
It's gonna be a
Fox.
Disney film. Okay, so
Have we got a more definitive? Like, is there a more popular shoe now than the red high heel that is more relevant? Like,
I don't know, any
Like the
shoe,
Croc?
any
I don't
shoe
know.
that people wear nowadays. Do you think? Sorry, look, very quickly before we talk about, I want to talk about the fashion in the film with your fashion expert Katie Brady.
Oh, yeah,
But
yeah,
firstly, Meryl Streep is nominated for Best Actress for this film. She loses. We've talked about this category very recently. She's also nominated. Judi Dench, Notes on a Scandal, recent boy party episode. Helen Mirren, the Queen, is the winner. Penelope Cruz is up for Valver, and Kate Winslet's nominated for Todd Field's Little Children. Again, as we've just said, I do think you have to nominate Anne Hathaway. If you're nominating someone for this, she's so good in this.
She's brilliant.
It's the only reason that it, for me, is like very entertaining
Yeah.
film is because, and I don't think this one's bad or anything, but I do think that like Anne Hathaway's incredible presence and charm is the superpower that this film needs and has. So it's ridiculous not to nominate her if you're nominating Meryl Streep. I would give that Oscar to Judi Dench because I think she's incredible in Notes on a Scandal. But anyway,
Oh, Helen Mirren's pretty good in The Queen.
fuck the Queen. fuck the film and the person.
Oh, I know.
Queen sucks. The Queen's so bad, and I don't like Helen Mirren. I think Helen Mirren sucks. Those are Helen Mirren in The Queen and Meryl Streep in The Devil Wears Prada do feel like similar to me in vibes
Yeah,
of just
they,
like
they totally are. I mean,
yeah,
I
sure.
mean, The Queen, like for what it is fantastic in its whole like.
I don't like anything about it.
Tony Blair.
Ugh.
Diana.
It's Diana Blairite nonsense.
It's wonderful.
and then you get the Iron Lady a few years later, which Meryl wins her third Oscar for. Can you name as many Meryl Streep Best Actress nominations as you can in 30 seconds?
no.
Do you wanna
Absolutely
play,
not.
Do you want to play that game?
Next
no.
question.
No. She's got so many.
You
Jesus.
rattled this off to me like a week ago.
Oh
but
my
I'm not gonna
god! Like it's absolutely ridiculous.
seven?
17 Best Actress nominations.
Fuck off.
Yeah, 17.
17 Oscar nominations.
17 lead actress nominations and 4 supporting actress nominations.
Oscars.
She's the record. What? Meryl Streep has 21 Oscar nominations as an
Oh
actress.
my
Fuck
God.
off.
Yes, no, I will not fuck off. She has 4 in the 2000s.
And she's only won 3.
Yeah, she has
Interesting.
4 in the 2000s and 5 in the 2010s. So I thought
Like,
this.
did she get an Oscar nomination for The Post?
She did.
God,
I
okay.
thought this episode would be a good opportunity to, as these are 2 actresses we've discussed before and we'll discuss again, I thought this would be a good opportunity to hone in specifically on Meryl and Anne as comedy stars, right? Because this film is, while it's not like haha Naked Gun funny, it is a
Why was The Naked Gun your go-to?
because it's
for
a
comedy?
movie. Because right now everyone's like, comedy's back. You're allowed to be funny again. But okay. Here's a quick nitpick. People like to throw the word rom-com now at any film that has rom in it, even if it has no com in it. Like crazy people. Like, I saw somebody on the internet referring to the new Netflix film My Oxford Year as a rom-com. I have seen that film. It is about a guy dying of cancer. There's no jokes in it.
Lucian, you've
Spoil
just
this.
spoiled that.
Don't
That's
care.
on my watch list.
That's revealed in the first 10 minutes of the film. That's not true.
not in the trailer that I watched.
An hour in, I'm lying. That film has no jokes in it. Like, there's a funny gay guy who lives in the apartment. It's not a comedy. Like a rom-dram is not a rom. Anyway, people are stupid.
But I think it's because there's no shorthand for a romance film.
romance film.
Yeah, romance film.
But
We
Matt,
literally,
I know
on our
that.
last episode, we talked about Rachel McAdams being a romance film
Oh, I
star.
know, I listened,
You know, like The
yes,
Notebook
yeah.
and all that
Yeah.
shit, like About Time. Those are romance films. They're not rom-coms. About Time might be a rom-com, but like those are not necessarily comedies. Anne Hathaway, however, is a very good comedy actress.
Yes.
And she doesn't get enough credit for that now because now she's more associated with her post-Oscar run. But like, if you look at her filmography, it's like 65% comedy. Like Princess Diaries, big breakout, 2001. Is that an important film to you?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Anne Hathaway was very important to me growing up, as if I'm some marginalized young woman. But the fact that there was a pale, dark-haired
Look, if there was
actress,
an actress I was going to cast as you, it would be Anne Hathaway.
the best
like,
compliment you've ever paid
Sure,
me.
but like
Thank you.
you've perhaps consciously developed a bit of an Anne Hathaway vibe in general. But she's the right type anyway.
Yeah.
But like pairing her with Julie Andrews in Princess Diaries and then pairing her with Meryl Streep a couple of years later is a really good idea of like, let's get a great older actress to like cast a bit of their glow onto her.
I hadn't
you know?
thought of that. Yeah,
It's what they
yeah.
tried.
Both
They tried
pairings are really, really good.
They tried to do it with Colin Farrell at the same time, where they're like putting him in movies with fucking Al Pacino, and it doesn't work.
Is The Princess Diaries a boy party?
Yeah.
Oh wow,
It
yeah.
did pretty well in our March Madness this year.
Okay, that was probably me being like, vote, vote, vote.
Look, it might very well be the next Anne Hathaway we get around to. But
Class.
Princess Diaries is good.
Yeah.
I like the first one. I don't like the second one quite as much.
I mean, it was one of the
fun.
like, on rotation from Extravision when I was little.
Second one loses a little bit of the fun of setting up the
Oh, it does.
dynamics
And there's
of the-
no like makeover. The makeovers are big.
Yes.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, sure. Like you did Princess Diaries Halloween costume one year.
I did. I think I did it pretty well, to be honest.
You could go through all the Anne Hathaways. And then you'll end up with the fucking Les Mis dying sex worker, and you'll be like, no, thank you.
No, thank you.
Dreamed. What are your thoughts on Ella Enchanted?
Oh, again, it was a birthday present on DVD.
It's kind of like live action Shrek.
It is. It's great. It's very political.
Was it filmed in Ireland?
Yes, it was.
Must
Yeah,
have
there's loads of
Yeah.
there's loads of Irish names in it.
Becoming Jane is also filmed in Ireland.
Oh,
she spent
sorry.
a lot of time here in the mid 2000s.
This is like, yeah, you're talking about all my favorites.
All the
Becoming Jane.
Brady core.
Yeah, like in fairness, she does Becoming Jane and she does One Day, and she has a terrible British accent in both of them.
She's not good at the British accent.
No, she's not.
Has she ever done a good accent in anything?
I actually don't think Becoming Jane is a bad film. I think it's very good, and I think
seen it.
her and James McAvoy are excellent in it.
James McAvoy. God,
Yes.
he doesn't look like himself on that
Yeah.
poster.
He plays the Irish dandy that Jane Austen has a romance
Wonderful.
with. And
Scottish people are allowed to play Irish people.
Oh, totally,
And vice versa.
totally.
Sure. I remember my dad's friend was the stills photographer on Becoming Jane.
Oh, yeah?
And it's funny. At the time, I remember being told, oh, he's working on this movie. Here's who's in it.
Hmm.
And the only person in the cast of Becoming Jane that at the time registered to me as a big deal was Maggie Smith. I didn't give a shit about Anne Hathaway or James McAvoy. I was like, no way, Harry Potter's Maggie Smith, but also Julie Walters, James Cromwell. Never seen it. But she is, I assume, cast in Devil Wears Prada kind of just off the back of The Princess Diaries being a big deal. She's popular with young women and she's funny, right?
Yeah.
Like that's what gets her that role. And then the next comedy after Devil Wears Prada is 2 years later is Get Smart.
oh,
Which is
yeah.
a funny one. She's not cast well in that at all.
No.
It's weird. Like she's too young, first of all, for the character and to play the love interest for
Steve.
Carell.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Right? Like,
it's weird, isn't it?
I'm a big fan of the TV show from the 60s. And I feel like the actress, Barbara something, who plays that character in the TV show, is like the same exact age as the actor. And I think Steve Carell, even though he's actually probably not that old in Get Smart, like he might even be 38 or something.
Yeah, but he's
he
just- I
feels
feel
too
he's-
old.
yeah.
He just feels too old. Like he needs to be paired with Tina Fey and Rose Byrne. And like Anne Hathaway is just a little bit too young for that.
Rose Byrne actually would have been good in that.
Yeah, like I mean, she wasn't big enough in 2008, but like I don't think Anne Hathaway is also good as like sassy spy woman at that age.
And I
like-
think it's those roles that put people
They
off
start
her.
putting people off her. The next comedy she's in is a major boy party that, in fact, at the very start of this podcast, I
I know what
promised
you're
you we'd
gonna
have you on
say.
for Bride Wars.
Yes.
Saw it once, thought it was shit.
No, listen.
It's a mighty candidate for this podcast,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I don't want to talk about it.
I mean, yeah, another one I saw in the cinema, another one that features like heavily in my life, a very good friend of mine, childhood best friend, getting married.
True.
And
Rachel getting married. Another Anne Hathaway classic.
No.
Jonathan Demme movie.
I don't know if there's a film called Sarah Getting Married,
No.
but yeah, the running joke is that we were, a blonde and brunette duo.
You were Bride Wars.
We were Bride Wars.
We were Bride Wars.
Yeah.
Just sweet Bride Wars. Valentine's Day. What does she do on Valentine's Day?
She is the.
I like Valentine's Day.
No, she is the call girl, and she makes raunchy phone calls for a living.
She does. And who's she paired up with?
The guy from That 70s Show.
Topher. I like Valentine's Day. It's good.
Yes,
It's a lot better than
better than New Year's Eve.
for sure.
Like,
We watched
and
it about a year
Mother's
ago.
Day as well. It's very
Mother's
bad.
Day is desperate.
Yeah.
Terrible. But no, Valentine's Day is
Did I
pretty
see
good.
any? Is Bradley Cooper in that?
Everyone's in that.
Yeah, Bradley
Taylor
Cooper
Swift's
is-
in that, and everyone.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, the two Taylors.
Next comedy she's in, Love and Other Drugs. Now that's basically not a comedy either, because that's an illness movie.
That is an illness movie.
I-
But is it, would some people say like at the start, like Jake Gyllenhaal is like,
It starts as a comedy.
yeah.
It's
There's
full of
flanter.
full of sex.
It is.
It's a bit desperate in the sense
Yes.
that the two of them are trying to seem sexy in it a little bit too
Well,
hard.
I mean, I think they're both very sexy
but as in
people.
they're trying to become sexualized stars that they weren't previously. Like they were both teen stars, right?
Yeah, fair,
So
yeah.
maybe by the time they were in their late 20s, they were like, we want people to see us as adults who do sex in movies. Now, you know this poster for Love and Other Drugs. You can
Yes.
peek your head around here and see
Yes.
it.
Oh,
Them
you
in
have a story
bed.
about
I have a
this.
great story about this. Because I recently read the book of the director who made that film, Ed
Okay.
Zwick, and he tells a story in Love and Other Drugs that on the final day of filming, the two of them were in bed naked, and he went, "Oh, it's our last day of filming. I'm going to get and sit in the bed with you, and we'll take a photo of the three of us
Okay.
to like mark the end of production." They took a photo, and they kept the photo on file. The marketing people at the studio loved this photo so much that they photoshopped the director out of it and used it as the poster.
That's a very good story.
Isn't it? That
I'm
photo,
so glad that
where
didn't end
is
in
he
sexual
meant to
assault
be
because
in
I
that
thought that's where
photo?
that was going.
He is lying in between their leg.
Okay.
Like he's sitting in front of them on the bed like, haha,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
this. So where Jake's leg and her leg are, he's somewhere there where the sheet is visible.
They're all fake shins.
Yeah, but it's insane that like that's a photo they took with the director as a joke and it ended up as the poster. That film's not very good. She does a voice in the Rio film.
Oh, yes.
I'm trying to stick to comedy here.
Yeah.
Then she wins her Oscar 2012 for Les Mis. And this is the moment that everyone decides they hate Anne Hathaway.
Yeah, which
she
is
also hosted
so
the Oscars
tragic.
the year before. And she does a perfectly fine job. Franco does a terrible job. But
yeah.
she is very like, and my eyes are so large and I am so enthusiastic.
Yeah.
And then, what the hell is Song 1? That's not a real movie. Fake John Carney movie alert. 2014. Like, it just looks like Beginning End, but with Anne Hathaway. Very
Song
fake.
1. No, not familiar.
Song 1. She's in a weird movie called Don Peyote, which is a comedy. The Intern. Very good. Boy Party. You like The Intern? I think
I've
it's
seen
excellent.
it once. It's okay.
I like it a lot. I think it's very charming. I think her and De Niro have great chemistry.
I'm not a De Niro girl.
Who's a De Niro girl, though?
I don't
He's
know.
undeniable. But she brings out something good in him, I think. Ocean's 8. She's the villain.
Oh, yeah.
She's not very good.
Never
Ocean's
saw
8.
that.
It's okay. It's solid enough.
The Hustle. You seen that? It's
Is
the remake
that-
of Dirty Rotten Scoundrels with her and Rebel Wilson.
Yes.
Features
I
an original
think
song by
so.
Meghan Trainor.
Oh, sick.
Roadell's The Witches.
Oh, yeah.
She plays the Grand High Witch, famously played by Angelica Houston. She's not scary enough, but she does a funny kind of Eastern European accent in it. It's not very good. Robert Zemeckis. She does that COVID heist movie, Locked Down, with Chiwetel Ejiofor and Ben Stiller. You ever seen that?
Not even close.
Yeah,
Don't know what that
rubbish.
is.
It's rubbish. And that's and then she's in Rebecca Miller's She Came to Me. Rebecca Miller, lovely lady. That film, terrible.
Oh, yeah.
Peter Dinklage, her,
Yes,
Marissa Tomei.
yes.
And then The Idea of You.
Yes. Her
which I
recent
thought
kind
was
of like
quite
comeback.
good.
Yeah. It was
Quite good.
okay.
She also did Mother's Instinct last year, which we
Oh, yeah.
obviously discussed in this podcast. But I think The Idea of You was quite good. And then next year she's going to be in 2 films, Devil Wears Prada 2 and The Odyssey, the Christopher Nolan movie.
Wow.
So I
Oh,
think
yeah.
next summer is a perfect opportunity for the world to get Hathaway fever again.
Yeah. I mean, I've been suffering with it since childhood.
Yeah,
But
I've never lost faith.
Are they
Yeah.
gonna do Devil Wears Odyssey.
There's a 2-month gap.
Yeah, okay.
But like she,
the Odyssey Wears Prada.
yeah, like she's made a lot of shite in that time, and I have lost faith in her in fits and starts. But like,
There's probably no longer than maybe like a 4 year stretch without something notable
and like,
or
there's
decent.
good directors who constantly come back to her, like Nolan and Todd Haynes and people like this.
I know you're only talking about comedies. Is that why you didn't mention Brokeback Mountain?
Yeah, because that's obviously
and we did an episode
Jake's
on it.
in that too. Yeah, we did that episode on it. Yeah, no, I skipped all the dramas.
Yeah. Okay,
but yeah,
okay.
any other?
It's just maybe to give a more like
yes. Well, what other Anne Hathaway
well-rounded
performances are important to you? I personally think she's amazing in The Dark Knight Rises as Catwoman.
Yeah,
she's so good in that. That film desperately needs an injection of like humor, sexuality, levity, something that isn't just men going, you're banned from Gotham. Like that film's so fucking mumbly and masculine, and she brings like this massive boost of like great feminine electric energy into it. I think it's great. I don't have any other strong feelings on any other performances of hers. She's very good in one of the episodes of John Carney's Apple show, Modern Love.
Yes,
where she plays
I've heard that. I haven't watched it,
woman,
but
and she does a big musical number in the supermarket. It's very good.
oh yeah, she was in. Oh yeah, Rachel getting married and stuff as well. Like
Rachel Getting Married, yeah,
know?
I haven't seen Rachel Getting Married. I need to watch it. It's a Jonathan Demme movie. That's a good dark comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Anne Hathaway.
She is a good dramatic actress.
She is. Before we talk about Meryl's comedy, what have you to say about the fashion in this movie in terms of how they style Anne Hathaway at the start and how she gets a glow up?
Yeah. Well, I think the whole like makeover and costuming is one of the reasons why Anne Hathaway is the star of this film. I think it's the reason she comes to mind first.
Because The Princess Diaries did it once successfully already, or
yeah, but as well,
look?
she wears so many iconic outfits.
Yes.
Like the costume design in that film is incredible, and I know there's a debate on whether people would say that's costume design or styling. I think is the correct language, because it's the idea that like
you're picking real clothes from the fashion world.
Exactly. Yeah. But I would argue that it is costume design because it's pivotal to the character development.
Of course.
You know, it's a real tool.
I think choosing clothes for fictional characters based on what exists in fashion is as important as designing a tunic for the Odyssey, you know?
Absolutely. And like, is it more so than just, I don't know, going back to the 1800s, looking at what they were wearing and then recreating it, you know? But I remember seeing somewhere or hearing somewhere that this obviously set in 2006. You know, the fashion of that time, some of it's coming back.
Some of the fashion in this film was like no different to today, though, which is funny, right?
That's it. So what somebody said was how would you say? The high caliber of the costume design is reflected in the fact that 99% of women would wear all of those outfits today happily.
Sure.
And that's a real testament that it's like, you know,
it was
based on style. It wasn't based on like fashion trends.
Yeah, the fundamentals are correct there.
Yeah. They weren't just going with very specific 2005, 6 trends.
Is Emily Blunt? I feel like a lot of what she's wearing is a little bit tackier.
But
is that deliberate?
She's supposed to be the snarky office girl who's maybe a bit tacky, bit trampy. Is that? Am I allowed to say that word on this? Whereas Anne Hathaway is like. When you look at them when they go to what's supposed to be the like Met Gala thing, all three of them look incredible.
Yeah.
But Emily Blunt is in like a saucy little number. Sure. But Anne Hathaway has like, she's got the shoulders just about revealed, bit of décolletage. She's very classy.
Emily Blunt is looking for male attention.
Yeah, she is, but she's got a snotty nose as well.
Oh, yeah, she does have a snotty nose, yeah.
I'm actually more Emily Blunt in that because I always have a snotty nose.
Look, they're successful in making me dislike Emily Blunt initially purely because she's English.
Okay.
I also think I've come to find Emily Blunt annoying, unfortunately.
Well, in
the last 2 years,
John, whatever his surname is,
Krasinski, you'd think.
Yeah,
but I unfortunately, like her performance in Oppenheimer has made me.
Oh well, that was
write her off. She needs to win me back. Have you seen The Muppets 2011? No. She shows up as this character in The Muppets.
Oh really?
They go to visit Miss Piggy, who works at a fashion magazine.
Oh, amazing!
And Emily Blunt is sitting outside doing this job.
Yeah, and
she's like, "You're Muppets. I will not let you in." And then they dress up as like in a trench coat and pretend to be a person and walk in past her. It's very good. It's very fun.
I had to remind myself the name of the lady who did the costumes, but it's Patricia Field.
Patricia Field?
Yes, Patricia Field, costume designer. So she did Sex and the City.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yes.
Is she doing the sequel?
That's a good question.
I'll find out now. What do you think of the stuff we've seen from the sequel? Is it striking the right balance between? Well, have you seen any of it? Is it striking the right balance between the 2025 trends and this film will still hold up in 20 years?
I highly doubt it, to be honest with you. And like what I've seen, I don't know how the costumes are reflecting the character of Andy Sachs.
We'll have to see. Yeah.
Again, we'll have to see. Maybe it makes total sense, but right now I'm a bit like, well. But this lady also did the costume design for Confessions of a Shopaholic and Ugly Betty,
film.
which I
they are all kind of in the same. Yeah.
99% sure that's true. But it's like, I would categorize a lot of those films together. I feel around that time in film there was like hyperfixation with like the fashion world, the fashion magazine world, the journalism, like all of that. Yeah. But then she went on to do Emily in Paris,
makes sense.
which people hate. The costumes on are awful.
They're awful. Yeah.
Do you know? So it's funny. She like is obviously extremely, extremely talented. Sorry, memory. Rejig here. I don't think Patricia Field is doing the costumes. I think it's her like ingenue protege girly.
Well,
somebody that came up under her wing.
Maybe that's the right way to do it for a sequel, to keep it fresh. I think that Confessions of a Shopaholic is a slightly more enjoyable film than this. I like it more. I like it more. Yeah, I thought I watched it a few months ago. I thought it was great fun.
Yeah,
I think I just actually, I mean, we talked about the plot of this film, which who cares? Everyone knows. I don't enjoy, for whatever reason that people can read into, I do not enjoy watching a boss be horrible to an employee in a film, and the stuff in this film makes me really anxious, and I don't like watching it. And I find Meryl Streep to be really unpleasant and like just fucking miserable, and I don't want to watch it.
Yeah, it's a tough.
Confessions of a
watch.
Shopaholic has all the stuff I like about this film without any of that. Yeah. It has a very, very good sparky performance by Isa Fisher, and then it has like nice stuff with Hugh Dancy and with the friend, and it takes out all the shite with the boss. So I find that film a much more pleasant and easy watch than this. Although I acknowledge that this probably does have more cultural significance.
Yeah.
I will say very quickly, I don't think Stanley Tucci is all that great in this film.
Oh,
I think
hard
that Stanley
disagree.
Tucci falls into this very repetitive thing he does in many films where he plays a nice gay man. He does it in Burlesque. We talked about it recently. He does it in, he's not playing gay, but he does it opposite Meryl Streep in Julie and Julia.
Yes.
And I really think like they could get someone better for these roles. A lot of the time they could get an actual gay actor like Alan Cumming to do these parts, and it would be way better. I think that there were so many nice middle-aged gay men who would be good in these roles. Rupert Everett. I'm like, I don't need Stanley Tucci doing this. Yeah. I don't think Stanley Tucci is always bad, but I don't love when he shows up in these roles where I'm like, of course they got Stanley fucking Tucci.
Yeah, but this would have been before that, I will say.
Well, this is the problem.
Do you know
this
what I mean?
Starts off that trend.
So if you look at this in isolation, then I think Stanley Tucci's brilliant. Like I
Sure.
I love the whole.
Sure. I know it works for everyone else, but I'm fed up of Stanley Tucci being the default guy for this kind of thing. And I don't think this film is any more imaginative casting him just because it was the first one to do it. I still don't think he's an interesting choice for this part. You have something to add?
No, but I have another fashion question.
Yeah.
Yes, Shane.
In this, Meryl is portrayed as kind of the authoritative figure on trend setting. Do characters still exist like that, or is it more kind of democratized?
Is Anna Wintour and type still doing that?
Do all the trends ultimately come from the designer brands and the runway shows, and they just kind of trickle down over the years?
Well, yeah, I think so. I think that's always been
Still the way it goes.
I think what's very different now is the speed at which that happens and the micro trends. Yeah. Whereas when this film was being made, what did we say, 21 years ago?
Yeah, 20 years, yeah. Or 19 actually, sorry.
You know, I would imagine you still only had 4 seasons. And that was sort of it. And then I don't know, maybe like, do you say Christmas party wear is an additional thing on top of that?
Let's say if okay, so I don't know who these people are, but let's say some fucking woman who people like on the internet today is starting a trend. I don't know who that is. Love Island person, whatever.
Okay.
Is she being paid to promote something 100% of the time, or are there cases where a popular woman on social media decides that something is cool in her own home independently, and then it takes off with young women? Or is it all coming from corporations trickling down?
I don't know. That's a very good question. Like, I mean, a lot of them...
Secret of marketing, I guess.
Yeah, a lot of them get gifted things.
Sure.
So
Meryl Streep's kind of run of wanting to be a funny actress as well as a very well-respected serious actress starts at the start of the 2000s. She gets nominated for supporting actress for Adaptation, which is a very good kind of quirky comedy, and then she's very funny in Stuck on You. She's very funny in A Series of Unfortunate Events. She's great in that as the aunt. She's really, really good. And then Prime is the movie with Uma Thurman I haven't seen, and then Devil Wears Prada, very clearly the success of this, a big comedy in which she is the lead, I think is responsible for her being cast in Mamma Mia. because now you know that she's a bankable star with women, and now it's worth investing money in putting her in Mamma Mia. Do you know who the other woman considered for the role of Donna in Mamma Mia is in 2008? Because I found this out the other day, and I found it very interesting that the studio was trying to get Michelle Pfeiffer, which I don't think works at all. She's just done Hairspray and Stardust. I think Meryl Streep is so perfect for that role. I would not.
But is it just because it's so synonymous with her now you can't imagine
But
it?
I think Meryl Streep is capable of playing downscale. Like, what's the word I'm looking for? That character in Mamma Mia is a very like scatty kind of alternative lifestyle woman who exists outside of society on her island, and she's wearing certain kind of. She's just very like, I work all day. I work all night. Right? Michelle Pfeiffer is like too glamorous.
Yes.
She cannot switch that off. I don't think she can switch it off.
And I think Michelle Pfeiffer is like sultry is how I would
yeah,
always
yeah,
describe
yeah.
it.
She can't play like crazy mom.
No,
like.
no.
But I think Meryl Streep as like romantic comedy leading woman becomes a thing then for a couple of years where you get It's Complicated, and Julie and Julia is not a romantic comedy. That is a like biopic. But do you like Julie and Julia?
Yeah, it's again something I have like a sentimental might be the correct word, but it's one of those films I had on DVD. I watched all the time.
Sure.
I had a hyperfixation with it.
Do you prefer the Julie or the Julia?
Well, I don't know if you can say that because one of them is they were both real.
But I like the Julie because Chris Messin is in it, and I dislike the Julia because Stanley Tucci's in it.
That was the first time I realized that butter was bad for you, because it's the line where she goes, I've just been eating butter all day and butter all the time, and I'm like, butter's great. Like,
Butter's bad for you.
Well, how will the attitudes towards weight be continued into the new
So
sequel?
this is interesting you brought this up. I attended the International Literature Festival in 2022 or 2023
And
perhaps.
Mr. Tucci was there. 23.
Yes.
Yeah.
And a good friend of mine got me a ticket last minute.
Mm-hmm.
It all worked out. I'm a big Stanley Tucci fan. It was all great. And then they were going to take questions from the audience. Now, bear in mind, he was mainly talking about his book because he's a big figure in the culinary world, all that.
Mm-hmm.
But I really wanted to ask, now that he is somebody who celebrates food, who celebrates carbs, all this type of thing that's demonized in Devil Wears Prada, does he look back on that character? When, you know, he's in the queue with Anne Hathaway and he's like, oh, seafood chowder, and, you know, he's talking about calories and stuff like that. Because, like, it's a bit of, like, size is a massive thing in this film. It's one of the running jokes. Like, the food culture is a big thing, or lack thereof.
Nobody on that cast list for the sequel of the new editions is not very skinny person, so they certainly haven't made an effort to introduce.
Will Ozempic be a feature in
Oh God,
no one wants to watch that.
No.
Nobody wants to watch that.
The devil uses Ozempic.
The devil uses Ozempic.
I imagine it'll just be completely ignored and not referenced at all.
Yeah. Are they going to change the name? Or are they going to call it The Devil Wears Prada 2? I think they probably will call it
or
that.
will they do The Devil Wears Prada 2, The Devil Returns, or something? Are they going to add a line?
Could you call it like The Devil Wears fucking Gucci? Like,
No.
No, it would be The Devil Still Wears
The
Prada.
Devil Wears Sheen.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah. That film will be made, no doubt.
Sorry. The Devil Wears Pep and Co. from Deals.
I don't know what. No.
Meryl Streep's other romantic comedy outings continue into the 2010s. Have you seen Hope Springs? That's her and Tommy Lee Jones try to rekindle their sex life by going to a camp run by Steve Carell. I haven't seen it.
No.
Ricky and the Flash is good fun, though. That's a good Jonathan Demme film where she plays an aging rock star lady who goes to her daughter's wedding and causes a scene. That's good. That's really good fun. Now the Florence Foster Jenkins gets her another Oscar nomination. I guess that's a comedy.
Oh, yeah.
Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again is such a fucking blunder. Like, what a fucking mistake. Like, why is she dead in that film?
Yeah.
Wait until her schedule is clear to make it.
Yeah.
I don't understand why they did it then.
No.
If Meryl Streep was not available to be in that film for more than 5 minutes, don't make the film until she's available. And I have to assume she wasn't available because the Post decided to film and release within fucking 6 months of, you know, like the Post started filming in May 2017 and was released in November, December.
Oh, that wrapped up immediately.
Right?
Yeah.
Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again was filming that summer as well. And they were like, oh, Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again. It has to be released for the 10-year anniversary. And then
was that why?
Well, I don't know. Why didn't they just wait a year? No. It makes no
So
sense.
what's the plot of that again? She's dead?
Dead at the start.
She's dead at the start.
Half the film is flashbacks to her as a younger woman being played by Lily James, which is a totally fine idea for a Mamma Mia sequel, but there's no need for Meryl Streep to be dead to do that. Meryl Streep being dead at the start of Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again is so clearly a plot device so clearly because of her
scheduling
scheduling.
conflicts, yeah.
And then she shows up at the very end for 5 minutes, and she's on the poster, and she gets the "and" on the credits, but she's on the poster. So I think it's kind of like bad false advertising to be like, she's in the movie, and then she's like a cameo as a ghost.
Yeah.
So I have huge issues with that. I think Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again is not as good as it could be. I think that her not being in it more is the problem. And if they make a third one, which they're now talking
Jesus,
about,
oh my God,
with Sabrina Carpenter is in talks. Like, if they make a third one, I think they need to just retcon and just have Meryl Streep be back alive. There's no point otherwise. Do it and just have her back. Just pretend she never died, and have her be in scenes with Cher.
Just don't make a third Mamma Mia film. That's the solution. I think it's a really good one.
The entire thing is a dream sequence or something.
Yeah.
Well, sure, they could do the same. Like, do you remember in Mamma Mia 1, also known as Mamma
Yes,
Mia?
there are dream sequences where they.
But as in the three ex-paramours are presented as they were in the 70s.
Yes, she hallucinates.
And then they are entirely different in Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again.
Is there a funeral scene in Mamma Mia too?
There's basically
Okay.
there's a hell of a lot of talking about how dead she is.
Okay, this isn't the Mamma Mia podcast,
Yeah, we'll do
guys.
Mamma Mia at some point. You see Mary Poppins Returns? She plays a character
No.
called Topsy Turvy in that,
Oh,
and she
Jesus.
sings a song about how everything's topsy turvy. She's very funny in Little Women. She was in that movie The Prom, the terrible Ryan Murphy musical with James Corden and Nicole Kidman. I haven't seen Soderbergh's Let Them All Talk, and she has now not been in a feature film in almost 5 years. She was in Don't Look Up as the president, and that came out at the end of 2021, and she hasn't been in a movie since. The only acting she's done since then has been on Only Murders in the Building, a really bad show that I do not watch.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
The first film set she has been on since then is The Devil Wears Prada 2.
Now, sorry, you may have said this and I just blanked. You did mention it's complicated, did you? Or
I did a few minutes
Yes,
ago.
okay, yeah.
Now, she is in Devil Wears Prada 2. She's also going to be playing Aslan in Greta Gerwig's Narnia
Yes,
movie, which is
yes.
also coming out
That's
next year.
fun.
But obviously that's fun, but it's obviously just a voice role.
Sure,
I'm
yeah.
getting into this. I like the and it's not like the Ghostbusters thing. Making a famous character who is kind of a non-human creature,
Yeah.
a woman like the Silver Surfer in Fantastic Four and Aslan in Narnia is a really good idea. It's a good way of getting a famous woman into a movie without having to try too hard.
Yeah.
We talked on our Guess Who's Coming to Dinner episode, is kind of due her fourth Oscar to beat the Katharine Hepburn.
you were saying the 100th.
We think she should hold off and do it for the 100th Oscars in 2 or
Mamma
3
Mia
years'
3, like
yeah,
just,
she should wait and do some really good film with a good director in 3 years and fucking get that Oscar. Like, anyway,
Oh, you forgot to mention the comedy The Iron Lady.
the very funny film.
Yes,
About
very.
how funny it was when
Yeah.
Margaret Thatcher was responsible for the deaths of so many
Yeah,
Irish people
yeah.
and people all over the world.
It was a good comedic performance because if you don't laugh, you'll cry.
If you don't laugh, you'll cry. That film is funny because of how shit it is. Directed by Mamma Mia director Phyllida Lloyd. Can you name a third Phyllida Lloyd film?
Absolutely not.
She made Herself with Claire Dunn, which is very good. Which is very good. So,
Oh, yeah. It's herself. Yeah,
in
yeah,
fairness to that's herself. In fairness to Phyllida Lloyd, she did make 2 bangers, Mamma Mia and Herself.
yeah.
All right, Letterboxd Top 4 game. Today we will be doing the Letterboxd Top 4 of Katie Brady and making Shane guess.
My favorite game.
Now there are 5 people. 5 of my Letterboxd friends have this in their top 4, which
Really?
is pretty good. Like, so,
Okay.
Katie Brady, we will be playing your top 4 today and making Shane guess. Number 1 on your profile, The Devil Wears Prada. Number 2 is you can give the clues.
Yeah.
Give them some clues.
This is definitely a rom-com.
Okay.
Yeah,
Are we talking
They're
2000s?
1990s.
they are talking about making a sequel to this.
Yes.
and a famous
Do you know,
current
somebody
up and coming writer director is writing the sequel.
somebody has bought and sold my data, and therefore all of my favorites are getting made into
Yeah.
sequels. That's
Okay.
literally what's happening here.
Like Top Gun.
Yeah.
I think it's a pretty good reason to click yes on Accept Cookies. That'll make movies you like.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then butcher them.
What's another sequel they're making of something Katie likes? I'm trying to think of a funny joke.
Oh, Lord knows.
You can
Everything's
insert the
getting a
joke
sequel.
after.
What's a sequel they're
All right,
making?
let's get rolling. With
Yeah.
those here.
Okay, so it's a rom-com from the 90s.
From the 90s.
It would star... It's sort of reliant on a star of that genre at the time.
Look, I'll give
We
you this
talking
clue.
Julia Roberts.
Yes.
Yeah, we are.
Okay.
Julia Roberts looks like you on the poster. She's got
Me or
she's got
Shane,
your
'cause
hair.
it's the
She
same
looks
hair.
she looks like you.
Well, I would see her as a great style inspiration
I'm
from
sure
this
you would.
film.
Well,
She's
Anne
like Pretty
Hathaway-
Woman.
No, that wouldn't be on my...
Same director?
I haven't
No,
seen
I don't
Pretty
think so.
Woman.
No, it's
so-
not the same
It's not
director.
Gary
no.
Marshall, no.
No. But
Oh,
he
it's
directed
another
Prince of
good-
Stars.
He did, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I've gotten far enough with Julia Roberts. You can just tell me.
Well, you haven't. You've said
No,
one
it's
film.
It's another good director of romantic comedies.
Who's the man?
It's Dermot Mulroney.
Yeah, she kind of
Jesus.
had like
Alright.
3 of these. You've named Pretty Woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's 2 other ones and they're both about a certain event.
Yeah. They're both about a wedding.
Runaway Bride.
No, it's the other one.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Cameron
Comeback
Diaz's
Bride.
No, Cameron
Comeback
Diaz. It's Cameron
Bride.
Diaz's breakout role.
Yeah.
It's my best friend's wedding.
Yeah.
Like Katie has in
Which
a few
happening
weeks.
on
that the name
5th
of the
of
film?
September.
Yes. You not heard of my best friend's wedding?
Vaguely. It's a pretty generic. Not generic, but
I think
sorry,
that is
I'm
one
gonna
of the.
offend you,
Sorry,
Katie.
Shane, didn't mean to cut across you. I was just going to turn this into the Best Friends Wedding podcast by saying it is one of the best rom-coms in my opinion.
Okay.
I think it is so worth a watch for the soundtrack, for the costumes.
I think it's fine.
For the casting.
I think it's fine.
I think it's wonderful.
It's all right. Celine Song is writing the sequel.
Well, so they say.
Well,
you know.
no, I mean, I think that her writing it is pretty confirmed. I don't think she's going to direct it though.
Okay.
But she's probably written lots of stuff off the
Yeah,
books.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
3
yeah.
years, yeah.
All right, number 3.
Number 3.
It's a absolute.
Oh, yeah.
It's such a classic. They might even show it in the Sphere. It's Sphere proof.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. There's a lot of jumping around here. Apologies. Shane, this is arguably one of the best films ever made. So it's kind of, it's one of those sort. This isn't a rom-com or like
okay.
a chick flick or one
Yeah.
of my usual sort.
This is just like undeniable.
Yeah.
Is it a musical?
No.
No.
Oh,
It's black and white.
Casablanca.
No.
But you're thinking about the
Yes,
right
yes.
lines.
It's-
That level of undeniable.
Yeah. And from that, made in the same period of history.
You've seen it.
Okay,
Yeah.
40s.
Yes, 46.
46.
40s,
Yes.
and it's a kind of a romance love story.
There's romance
yes,
elements.
Yes.
Oh, is this The Holiday?
No.
The Roman Holiday. Sorry.
No.
The Holiday
The
from
Holiday.
1946.
No, Roman. It's not Roman
This
Holiday.
is
No.
more of a classic than Roman.
Oh,
Holiday.
totally,
This is
yeah.
like the top 10 classic films.
Yeah.
Oh.
Nobody in the world doesn't think this is a 5-star film.
Yeah.
Have I seen it?
Yeah, you've definitely seen it. It's seasonal.
Winter.
Sure. Yeah. Winter.
Winter.
Yeah, our favorite star is in this.
Jimmy?
Jimmy?
It's a Wonderful Life?
It's
Yes.
a wonderful,
It's a Wonderful Life.
It
life.
is, folks.
All right, 4th on Katie's list.
Yeah.
It's another classic, but
Yeah.
like I don't think this movie's that good. But
Classic
it's
as
Yeah.
in...
very famous, very classic, very beloved, very iconic. I think it's not that great. I think it's a 3-star film.
And you know what? This is 60s actually.
60s.
Like Katie, if you're being honest now, you should have Top Gun Maverick on your top 4 instead of this.
No, totally.
That is the film you talk about the most.
This film is here. I feel out of.
you think the poster looks nice?
Would you say loyalty? Is that the correct
Sure,
word? I
sure.
just feel like if someone is to line up the films that represent me,
Yeah.
let's say,
Sure.
this is to be up
you have a
there.
duty to show this one off more than you Top Gun Maverick because enough
Totally,
people
totally.
have
Sure. This is
Yeah.
good, like girl, nice fashion,
And it's
woman. cinema.
probably my first foray into cinema of that era. Certainly my first foray into the woman who stars in it, as I think it
Yeah.
is for most people.
Yeah, great female star.
Yeah,
discussed on the show.
one of the most famous actresses of all time.
It's a Hepburn.
No. Younger.
Younger.
No,
Yeah.
no, it is a Hepburn.
Oh, sorry. Which Hepburn?
A Hepburn.
It is
Yes,
a
sorry,
Hepburn.
I was-
Not Catherine Hepburn.
Yeah,
No,
I jumped
the other
immediately
one.
to Katharine Hepburn. Yeah,
And it's
sorry.
not a Roman Holiday.
No.
It's the other one.
Breakfast at
Brecky
Tiffany's.
Yeah,
Tiffy.
Brecky
Oh, that is
Tiffy.
Brecky
There's
Tiffy.
your top 4. Well
Yes.
done.
Yes.
Shane, do you have the box office for the
do-
weekend? This
obviously
film came out.
not.
Now I can tell you easily what film opened the same weekend as this. So we'll start with that while you look up the rest. Superman Returns was released the same weekend as The Devil Wears Prada 2. Sorry, The Devil Wears Prada. And Bryan Singer, who's a terrible person, has spoken about how the intention when he was making Superman Returns was to make it really appeal to women. He filled it up with romance and kind of weird, like slow moving, classic Hollywood romantic vibes because he was like, this will be a Superman movie that women will want to see. And then it opened the same weekend as The Devil Wears Prada, and just absolutely Devil Wears Prada like took the entire female audience in a great case of counter programming. And then another Meryl Streep female-oriented film did the same thing to a superhero movie 2 years later when Mamma Mia opened the same weekend as The Dark Knight, which obviously they both did very well. But
I'm fascinated to try and remember whose birthday party I saw this at now.
so yeah,
because-
summer of 2006 is a funny one. I didn't go to the cinema at all this summer because my dad was ill in hospital, so I was like kind of just like doing other stuff all summer. So like the only film from 2006 summer that I ended up seeing in the cinema very late in September was Pirates Dead Man's Chest, but I didn't see anything else that summer, so I missed a whole summer of movies. But I know what came out. You got the top 10 there?
No, the numbers is just like not a good website for working.
what does that even mean?
As in it's broken.
Okay.
Oh Jesus, why is there no film called Devil Wears Prada?
What weekend is this?
June 30th.
30.
30. Okay, so we're talking. We're
2006.
heading into 4th of July. So number 1, Superman. Number 2 is this.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 3.
Superman pretty much made twice as much as this.
Sure, but you would have wanted Superman to make 1,000,000 times as much as this if you were Superman.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Um,
Did they open any like women films against Superman this year? No, not really. There's no fucking movies anymore. Like, there's one movie a week if you're lucky.
There's no movies anymore.
some movies.
I guess Materialists is doing the rounds in the States. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right, next up is arguably, well, not even arguably, a better film than the previous two.
Oh yeah. Is it the Da Vinci Code?
No.
Shit.
No.
Is it Borat Cultural Learnings of Make Good Kazakhstan or whatever?
It's not. Let me give my clues.
Sorry.
Now, I'm not sure if Katie has any relationship to this given other films she likes. Because this is kind of a modern version of a certain type of film
Is
she
this a
likes.
boys' movie?
Yeah. But it shouldn't be. This is one of your favorites as well.
One of my favorite films.
Okay, maybe not. Maybe like top 50.
Oh, sorry. As in, this is a modern version of It's a Wonderful Life with a star that we care about a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. I know what this is.
This is Click.
Oh,
It's
Jesus.
Click.
Click,
It's Click. Have
right.
you seen Click?
I think many moons ago. I know the poster. He's got his...
You might be surprised how much you like it.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Click turns into a very moving family
Yes.
drama.
Okay. I've heard... Yeah,
And it
yeah.
really, really works.
Okay.
I think Click is Adam Sandler's second best film movie, probably. Second or third, yeah.
Next up, animated
Cars.
film. Cars.
Sorry, I should be letting Katie guess.
Well, no, I was... Yeah.
Are you
That's,
going to guess Cars?
well, I was going to say the Pixar film from that year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all June. Cars. I didn't see Cars until I was about 13, at which point I thought it was fucking shite. Cars is 2 hours long.
Stop.
Yeah.
It's one of the longest animated films ever made. It's insane.
Next up, a big comedy star with his film for the year. This is a film I've never watched in full. I don't think I've ever seen more than 10 minutes at a given time, and any of the 10 minutes I've seen, I've thought it was bad.
Does this film fall under cultural appropriation banner?
Misappropriation.
Yeah, I think I know what this is.
Yeah. You do. You're on.
Yeah.
It features costumes.
Yeah, I know what this is.
Men dressing up, and
It's not White Chicks, is it?
No. I'll give you a clue. No, I can't.
it's
give you a clue.
it's
I mean, you could also
we
just
give the country.
tell
It's
me.
kind of just like, oh, he's fat. That's funny. Like that's kind of the poster joke. Like,
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah.
It's not Kung Fu Panda.
but it's the same idea. Like
No, I have no idea.
Nacho Libre.
Nacho Libre.
Oh.
And you want to hear a fun fact? The director of Nacho Libre reteams with Jack Black in 2025 and makes a Minecraft movie.
Sick.
Isn't that a fun fact? Yeah.
That's a really fun fact.
I do not remember that man's name. He made Napoleon Dynamite. He's a good director.
Oh.
Josh something, Zach. I don't know. Annoying.
Is Napoleon Dynamite on that list? Is that
No, that's
2006?
04.
04?
He couldn't make 2 movies the same summer.
Yeah.
There are some who can, but
I mean, yeah, time is just a construct to me, to be honest with you.
true. Richard Linklater is going to have Blue Moon and Nouvelle Vague coming out the same day.
See the poster for Blue Moon?
That was out weeks ago. Shite poster. I thought you were sending it to me because you were like, that's the Irish release
Yeah.
date confirmed. Yeah.
No.
Terrible poster. John Hayes should be on it.
Excuse
Now,
me.
next up is a film where Elon Musk Backrack is fourth billed in 2006.
The fuck?
Yeah.
How? Is it like an independent film or like something small?
No, three big names ahead of him.
And he's the fourth.
He is playing Christopher Plummer's son in this, seemingly. Or grandson, even. No, son.
He's fourth billed. Is this Inside Man?
Nope.
Oh. So it's a different Christopher Plummer 06.
Yeah, there are...
Interesting. What
This
could
is
that be?
2 stars re-teaming up,
Okay.
and they're both on the poster.
Re-teaming up. Is it action or comedy or what?
It's drama. How do you hold on to someone you've never met?
Is it The Lake House?
It's The Lake House.
Yeah.
What's the Lake
It's
House?
Keanu and Sandra Bullock. And there's a time travel element to it.
Oh, not familiar.
Yeah.
I've never seen it. I really wanted to watch it on TV when I was like 12, and then I just didn't watch it. I guess I went to bed or something.
Great story.
Great
this
start.
That was class, thanks.
Thanks. You're welcome, folks. I'm going to base an Edinburgh Fringe show around that story.
All right, there's nothing too interesting here. I'm just going to rattle off the rest
Okay.
of the top 10,
Yeah.
which is Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift, Waist Deep,
No, it does.
The Breakup,
Shite.
and
Oh, right.
the Da Vinci Code.
The Da Vinci
Okay.
Code.
The Da Vinci Code.
Da Vinci Code is all right.
Rattling there, still in its 7th week.
Yeah, that movie was huge because it got cool people and Christians.
Yeah.
Movies today can't get cool people and Christians. You can pick
No,
one or the other.
you only get
Although
one.
Mel Gibson's The Resurrection Part 1 and Resurrection Part 2 will be trying its darndest.
Can you not get cool people and Christians?
I think it's very hard to get cool people and Christians to go see your movie. It's one or the other now.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Are Christians going to be into the Odyssey? No, that's pre-Christian. They don't care. No, I really don't think you can. All right. Any other thoughts on Devil Wears Prada? Anything we didn't get into? I'm trying to think. I feel like we've missed something major because we didn't talk about the plot. But there is nothing.
Well,
like, she quits her job at the end,
yes.
but she kind of looks at Meryl Streep across the road like, you're not so bad.
I would like to point out that Meryl's tactic for retaining talent is pretty poor in this.
It's awful.
Yeah, like what does she...
She does not.
What does she earn at the end of this? She does not have a good assistant now because she drives them all away.
Yes,
and also Anne Hathaway.
I mean, like,
I don't know.
I'm finding this conversation very difficult.
Shout out to I do want to shout out one actress I like who's in this, Rebecca Mader, who plays the kind of redheaded woman in the background of all the fashion shoots and stuff with the big teeth. She's a good actress. She's in Lost.
Are we going to get Cameo City
in the second one?
Yeah, there's
we
a few
probably
cameos
will.
in this. Like Giselle Bundchen is knocking around in there, and
Yeah.
few people.
I don't know. I wouldn't really associate it with cameos.
There's a long list of cameos on Wikipedia. Like,
Yeah.
you got fucking Heidi Klum, Bridget Hall, Valentino Garavani, Giancarlo Giametti. I don't know who most of these people are.
Okay, I'd say final closing points is that we don't think the boyfriend is the villain.
Not in the slightest.
No.
I think the boyfriend in this is absolutely fine.
Yeah, he's fine. He might be mediocre, but
Oh yeah, like I don't think he's like attractive. But
I didn't mean looks. I just meant sort of as a support.
But do you not think that his friends are kind of unpleasant? Okay.
Well, yes, I think. Yeah, are they her friends? Are they
They're
mixed?
his friends. Yeah, they're
Kind of a
Okay.
mix, yeah.
Yeah. I would also say, if you find yourself in a situation with an abusive, toxic boss, quit.
Meryl Streep has said that
You always have a choice.
Meryl Streep was
Yeah.
disappointed by the initial salary offer she received, and she said that it was insulting, and then I guess they paid her more.
If I am correct, Meryl Streep not necessarily stayed in character while shooting, but it was something to that effect, or she steered absolutely clear of Anne Hathaway on set.
Interesting. To create the hostility.
Create
Yeah.
this sort of like.
I wonder
you
are they
know.
friends now? Yeah, it's funny they haven't worked together again since. God, you could throw Anne Hathaway into Mamma Mia 3 and it'd get me excited. Just as like a fucking cousin or something.
Yeah, but there's no brunettes in Mamma Mia. They're all blonde.
They're all blonde because it's an Aryan fantasy.
Yeah, they have good genes.
Well, the Times of India, not AI, says that Hathaway was paid a modest paycheck for The Devil Wears Prada, but that she will be getting a big paycheck for the sequel.
I imagine.
Thank you so much for the Times of India. I have to imagine everyone is getting paid an insane amount of money.
Yeah.
For the sequel.
20 million each,
like
like-
crazy money. Like,
Yeah.
and that movie's going to end up costing 120 million, and people are going to go, how is that possible? And it's like, because why would any of these people come back unless they were getting big money?
Yeah.
The original director is returning, David Frankel. Now, David Frankel has a hilarious film. Yes, I do want to mention this. This is his first film as a director. His second film as a director. Sorry, it's not. It's his second film as a director. His third film is Marley and Me,
Oh yeah.
which fucking sucks. It's so
But
shit.
it has the same color scheme on the poster, isn't it? It's like white backdrop with
It's
the same
two
font,
of them with
like
it is a
the
similar
red
font.
font.
Yeah. I saw Marley and Me, and it's the exact same font. You're right. I sobbed my eyes out at Marley and Me when I was 12. I now find that film to be like vomit inducing. Like, it is unctuous nonsense. And I love Owen Wilson and Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah.
He directs the very non-existent The Big Year with Jack Black,
Oh,
Steve Martin,
right.
and
Yeah,
Owen
yeah.
Wilson. Then he directs aforementioned Hope Springs
Okay.
with Meryl. Then he directs the Paul Potts biopic One Chance with James Corden and Cole Meany with an original song by Taylor Swift. A movie that nobody believes
What?
exists about Paul Potts from Britain's Got Talent. Nobody alive has seen that film except for me. It is so shit, but it is so interesting, and it's the director of Devil Wears Prada. And Taylor Swift did a song for it.
That's hilarious. What's the song?
I don't know. It's something you've never heard. It's
I love
called
that
like
song.
One Chance or something.
Classic.
2016, he directs one of the worst, kind of like one of the most famous bad movies of the last 10 years, Collateral Beauty with Will Smith. And then he directs Jerry and Marge Go Large, which we watched about 2 weeks ago, which is a Lotto movie with Bryan Cranston and Annette Bening. And then his next film is The Devil Wears Prada 2. That's a really good example of someone who like just kind of kept floating above water for 20 years until he got to do his sequel. Like, he's been making kind of like unsuccessful movies the whole time, but he's never been outside the studio system. He's working with big stars, and then 20 years later he's like, yeah, now I've stayed relevant enough that they will bring me back for Devil 2 and not replace me with someone younger.
Yeah.
So like, fair fucks to David Frankel. Like, he's kept things
Well, in that instance, I suppose the one thing we can say about the sequel is that is it one of the few where we have the original returning cast
the original director
and the original director?
and the original writer. Yeah.
And as I said, I think
But that
we
doesn't always
have
work
the
out well.
assistant of the original costume designer.
Yeah. So the woman who wrote this film, Aline Brosh McKenna, was nominated for a BAFTA for the screenplay for this. And she went on to write 27 Dresses, Morning Glory, I Don't Know How She Does It, We Bought a Zoo, the Annie remake, Cruella, and then she wrote and directed the Reese Witherspoon, Ashton Kutcher movie, Your Place or Mine, which was released on Netflix in 2023. I mean, both of these people have done very well for themselves. We Bought a Zoo is like a genuinely really good script. I think that's actually her best work. I love We Bought a Zoo. You seen it? It's really good fun.
No, I don't think so.
You won't believe this. They buy a zoo in that film.
Really?
They do.
Is there any sense of location in the new one? I assume they're going to stick New York.
They're filming it in New York. I wonder will they pop over to like fucking Tokyo or something? Will they go somewhere fun?
Yeah.
Or will
You'd hope
Paris
so.
feature
Will they
again?
have any
That's
budget left
competitive.
after the salaries? To
Yeah,
go abroad?
exactly. They're shooting the whole thing on the volume. Actually,
Yeah.
the Devil Wears Prada has designed all their costumes using AI.
Milan Fashion Week.
Milan,
on,
yeah, Milan. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much, Katie, for joining. Do you have anything you want to promote?
Print media
Print
and
media.
fashion and lifestyle magazines.
Yes.
They're on your
Buy 'em.
shelves. Go buy them.
Go buy them.
Yeah.
Subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
And subscribe to the podcast, boypartypod.com. You can find all our latest episodes. We'll be back next Tuesday with another great episode. And Katie, I'll have you back very soon.
Yeah, thank you. I always love coming on, guys.
And
Appreciate it.
we need to find a new era to have you on for. You've done 50s. Mm-hmm. You've done
70s?
70s.
Yeah.
You've done 2000s.
Yeah.
So we got to find some 80s or 90s or you can do the train pulling into the station, and we'll do the 1890s.
Yeah. I'll come back on for Triumph of the Will.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Some good fashion in train pulling into the station.
Yes. I do think it'll be difficult to have Jeremy Clarkson and you on the same episode for Triumph of the Will, but we'll try our best.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in. Bye-bye.